Hello and welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the Out of Hand podcast. My name is Extreme Gaffer, or Alex, and with me is Sean.
Hello.
Dave.
Hello.
And Zach.
Hello.
And we're going to have a couple more guys coming soon, but they're busy with real life things, as normal people do.
What losers?
Yeah. I hate them personally.
I have no other things to do, so that's why I'm here.
I don't have a real life. I am just on the internet, and that's it. I don't exist in person.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hashtag goals.
So, as you know, we didn't have a topic for last week's episode, but for this week, and starting from this week continuously, we're going to have a topic to focus on these podcasts. And we'll deviate and fuck around and talk about shit that doesn't even matter
Relatable.
as well. Yeah. We'll just mash all that stuff in. But this week's topic is going to be medical history or medical work, any medical work people have had done. Just general hospital
Medical.
stuff. Yeah. Just medical in general.
I already have a question.
Right. This is nice and early. Continue.
It's not how
Just
it works,
like
Sean. No, it's
Is,
a podcast.
can this involve like actual medical history in terms of like the guy who read penicillin and all that kind of stuff?
Alexander
If
Fleming.
you
Are we
have
gonna-
some
are we gonna cover all
super
that?
cool, if
Just
you have some
informative.
super cool factoids about the guy who invented penicillin, then sure.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake. It was moldy
He
bread.
went off on a holiday.
I like how we're already getting out of hand.
Right now, I'm intrigued. Yeah.
I kind of want to know as well. What is penicillin?
Yeah.
It's
It's an antibiotic.
antibiotic
Probably
is-
what you're taking.
I am taking those right now, and that
Oh.
I feel like that should segue into my medical story that I have for everyone, which
Nice
is
segue you got there.
thanks, man. I wrote it all the way to this
Alright.
podcast. So recently, what I've had done, and I've put this off for a very long time because of money reasons, is some major dental work. I went in for a checkup, and they were like, these are bad. These are all wrong. You just need more better
You
ones.
need to have all of it. Yeah.
All the work, it needs to be done.
Did the
It's
dentist,
all of it.
when he was looking with the comical like light reflecting thing on his forehead, was he
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh damn"?
Yeah, and he had one of those little mirrors on a stick. That
What
they-
age is that
Yeah.
too? Damn.
and they just tap your teeth with it,
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but that's real. That's what he did. That's a real
Oh.
thing.
That sounds gross.
Those are both real things that did happen.
Oh.
So I went in and he's like, yeah, okay, so you need 2 major fillings, possibly a root canal to save this tooth from being just so infected, and have your wisdom teeth out. And then, after all that, we're going to go in and clean your teeth properly and do more work. All the little bits and pieces, little holes that need filled and stuff.
Do some teeth housekeeping.
Yep, some tooth keeping.
Tooth
Mouths keeping?
You-
Even?
And
That
that's
was
like,
horrible.
this is your topic, and I already addressed it, but it's like like it can get personal, right? But I'm like,
Of course.
what was the cause of this, Al? Was it like teeth brushing? Was it
This is...
diet?
Or lack
All right.
of.
So this goes way back to my childhood when my mother
Little
was
gaff.
a bit of a party animal and my dad wasn't in the picture very much. And we just ate junk. So much junk. We're having like full trays of fried chips just for lunch every day. And yeah, just not maintaining our dental hygiene as kids properly. And so that transferred into my adulthood, and I didn't brush my teeth nearly as much as I should. Just to be clear, I brush my teeth every day, but just once. And that's bad. And all right. If we're being totally
Well, you
honest,
can
I
overbrush.
drank, well, you can, but 2 times a
Yeah.
day is like
Yeah.
the standard. 1 is not enough.
No, it's half as much.
Yeah, that's true.
We did the maths, which I have. It's
Checks out.
50%.
Tell me, doctor, what scientific
50%.
procedures did you go through to arrive at that mathematical conclusion?
All of them.
All right, cool. So,
I got the calculator just to confirm as well. So
oh yeah,
Just
you know,
like-
calculators come on phones these days. Actually, it's pretty
Oh, what?
nifty. Yeah, it's neat. Should look
What?
into this. Anyway, so continuing on, I also maybe this may be unrelated, but I used to drink a little bit of Coke every now and then.
Literally not unrelated at all.
Liquid
So
sugar.
a little bit. I didn't drink too much, honestly.
Liar.
No.
You
Does it-
liar!
Does anyone know? That was a Harry Potter quote. Does anyone know how much Coke I used to drink? Does anyone here know?
Yeah, about 2 liters a day.
I used to drink literally about 2 liters of Coke a day.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
My calculations are correct.
Pause for
That's
dramatic
14
effect.
liters a week.
Hell, I never actually thought of it that way, but kind of stupid not to because that is how much it was. It was really bad. Anyway, and then I'd switch that out for energy drinks, and I switched that out for Fanta for a while, and just it was the same. So
Yeah, well, the same kind of thing.
yeah. So anyway, after going to the dentist, the fillings were easy. Went in, they were like $200 each, was just not that bad. And then it got to the root canal, and that's where the money started hemorrhaging from my butt. It was
Your butt.
from my butt, straight from one of the cheeks, not from the
Excuse
hole,
me.
as you would expect. It cost $600 for the first session, which was just to
Damn.
basically go in and clean out the infection. Then it was $700 for today's. I actually went to the dentist today and had the second phase of the
Yeah,
root
yeah.
canal done. $700 later, they went down to the root of each of the roots of the tooth
To the
and
nub.
hollowed it out and cleaned it out. And I still have one more phase left to go, in which they're going to, I believe, fill it in and then put a crown
Is it
on
sensitive?
They might even
Right now?
remold your tooth,
It's-
depending on how bad it is.
Is it pretty
They
sensitive
may.
right now or not?
It's pretty
Like
sensitive.
any open nerves?
I mean, they put a temporary filling in there. They're not just going to leave my
Okay,
tooth
right, right.
open.
I didn't know.
That's what the biotics are for.
They go in there just like, now
Questions
you,
of everyone in the comments. Yeah.
now you can't eat for until your next appointment. So
Everyone out there's like, was Al just walking around with a nub in his mouth? Like,
I've always,
what they're thinking?
there's always like the teeth of some are nubs, you know.
Some are nubs.
One's completely out.
Some
You know,
are
what's, you know
nervous.
what's funny on the topic of the wisdom teeth is one of my teeth got pulled out years ago now because it went rotten. So remember, kids, brush your teeth. And the wisdom tooth was actually right next to that tooth. So that wisdom tooth is now just pushing into that space.
Can I just say that's a smart tooth?
That is a fucking smart tooth. It's full
It's
of
a
wisdom.
wisdom tooth.
It's
Yeah.
Is it? It's
Dave.
free real estate now.
yeah, the tooth literally.
Wait, so you're telling me this wisdom tooth is also into memes? God.
Yeah, I know, right? Smart and funny. This tooth has got
Wait.
it going on.
I want to know this wisdom tooth.
He's ambitious.
This tooth is better a person than I am, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's literally just filling in the gap of that other tooth. And it's just perfectly growing in like a normal tooth would,
Right.
which is bad. It shouldn't like
Oh.
have to
Like,
be.
is it growing sideways, or is it...
It's a bit
I don't
sideways.
understand.
It's a little bit
Being a large
sideways.
boy.
Okay, right.
It's a little bit sideways. So that I don't know. That could be a problem. But there's a gap,
yeah.
so you know, we'll see how that goes.
Alex, did you get to keep your teeth that they take out?
Well, first of all, the tooth they took out years ago is the only one I've had out since childhood, pretty much.
Mm.
And that one was so decayed that not only was the entire top portion of the tooth missing before they went in to do work, they then had to basically break what was left of the roots into many, many pieces
Oh.
to pull it out.
Wow.
When I mean, I couldn't feel anything obviously
Yeah.
because my mouth was all numbed up, but
Hmm.
the crunching and cracking I could feel.
Oh,
I could it like it was a crack when they busted the tooth apart at the roots that I could feel through my entire jaw.
God damn.
Yeah.
sorry, that's gross.
It certainly was. You didn't see what they pulled out of my head though. That was gross.
What? What do you mean pulled out of your head?
I mean, teeth are typically in a person's head, Sean.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you
Yeah.
meant another
Did-
story where you had something in your head they pulled out.
Yeah, no, they
What
were
is
just
going
doing the
on?
dental work, and they're like, "You've got quite a bit of shrapnel poking out of your temple."
Yeah, right.
Do you want us
Would
to
like
take
us
care of
remove
that?
this? Yeah.
I was gonna leave it in, but they recommended I take it out. So
The bullet. I was
Good
like,
call.
I was shot in the head going for dental work. That's a hell of a
It's a dangerous
story.
sport.
The sport of getting dental work
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
Yes, such a sport.
Yeah, very
Football,
sporty.
go.
Yeah.
So that's my recent dental work. Anyway, is anyone else? Has anyone else had dental work done?
No, but I also need it.
I had like fillings
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Are they
horrible.
big fillings or like?
'Cause as a kid, oh no, I didn't pay for it, so.
Damn!
The
The moneybags
so bad.
parents over here.
I know. I think I had like one.
No, he
filling,
just
I don't
took
think it was
a-
very big.
You just
It
took a
wasn't very
gun in and were like, "I'm not paying for this."
No, no, they're like,
Do my
"Here's the bill,
fillings.
sir," and he just ran away.
I mean, they don't present the bill to you while they've got your tooth in a fucking
Yeah, they're
pair of
fine.
Yeah, right.
pliers.
They're
You
like,
know,
"Mm."
they're not holding
They're
it
gonna-
ransom.
They'll
No,
track
no,
down
I-
Dave because he's unpaid it,
Oh yeah,
and they're just gonna put the tooth back in.
I think they
Just,
send Liam Neeson after you,
No, you just walk in with a reverse gun.
And he will find you.
and he will make you pay. But so you've had some feelings, Zach. You need work done.
Oh, definitely. I'm in
I-
the same boat as you.
I'm
I
just
should
gonna.
need braces, but
Dave needs braces.
because I got
Bet
like my bottom
it's easier
teeth are
if
just
you have
all
a
like
tooth.
trying to fight each other. I don't know if you've seen them.
Like a
Oh.
tooth brawl.
Yeah, they're all like they're on like the verge of a brawl.
I kind of want to see this.
Well-
Is it on pay per view?
No, I haven't had anyone want to buy that. So
Well,
What would
don't
it be
you have a
called?
customer, sir?
Ivory,
whatever.
Ivory War.
Ivory Survivory. There we go.
Ivory Survivory.
Ivory Survivory. I like it. Although it implies there's some sort of like elephant hunting that's going on. I don't know if that's kind of what you want.
So wait, are our teeth ivory?
Wait, are they?
The bone, I guess.
No.
But they're
Is it-
not.
No, I don't know.
Are they actually?
Where's ivory then?
No,
They're
they're not.
bone, aren't they? Like
Well, what-
bone typey stuff.
Wait, so wait, what are the?
If I'm not
tusks, aren't they?
googling what are teeth, like
Yeah, this is Sean's
Can
segment.
someone Google it?
So,
Someone who's listening to this,
Sean's research.
Google what are teeth. Find out for us.
Yeah.
Let us know in the
what are
comments.
teeth made of? Teeth.
They're,
We
oh
have
gosh.
ivory.
See, I thought they were like a special type of bone.
Hmm.
Just like
They
ivory.
are.
she said.
What's a freaking called?
Tooth.
No.
Ceramic.
Tusk.
Tusk.
You trying to think of the L?
No, tusks are ivory. Or ceramic.
Okay.
Imagine
One
that
of,
though,
one of the two.
like humans getting hunted for their ivory.
The ivory. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh my
you can
God.
just breed them for it.
Ah, yeah.
You've heard of those ivory
captive
farms with
humans for
babies?
ivory harvesting.
Yeah. It's called the dentist.
How could I not fucking remember this?
That's
I
a
don't
good
know
question, Mr.
Because you're not a
Scientist.
dentist.
Speaking
You're
of
not
speaking of science though and medical stuff, should we point out that Zach is basically a doctor?
We pointed that out last time because we had to ask him so many food safety questions on your behalf.
No,
Alex.
no. Look, I don't want to get back into that because I
Yeah, we
honestly
just did.
don't feel like we need to. There's nothing wrong with my eating habits, and we'll leave it there. I've changed. All right, because of the dentist, I have changed my diet drastically. I've cut
Yeah.
out sugary
I do
drinks.
appreciate that. Like, I'm proud of my boy. Like,
Oh, Sean. Thanks, Dad.
no, legit. You know, you've adapted.
I
You've
have.
overcome.
I
Bear
have.
Grylls it.
Well, I mean, I didn't drink my own piss, but
Yeah,
that'd probably be bad for
that's
the tooth.
that's step 2 of dentistry.
Stop drinking your own piss.
Bear Grylls over here.
You gotta drink it straight away. You can't just leave that in the fridge.
Oh, it's got to go warm. It's got to stay warm.
Yeah, it's
Just
gotta
stay
stay
warm. You
warm.
can't let it go cold.
Urine is a warm
Cold.
drink. Yeah, urine's a warm
Cold
drink,
urine?
not a cold one.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't chill that on ice, you know.
Just don't.
I'll have
Yeah.
a piss on the rocks, please.
Yeah, like yeah.
That just sounds like going to the beach and needing to pee.
It does.
Let's take a piss on the rocks.
Go down to the rocks. Yeah.
The rocky section of the beach.
Ah.
Anyway, yeah. So that made me change my diet drastically. I've cut out a lot of sugar. I did realize the other day though that I probably cut out a little too much sugar because I was just feeling pretty like worn out.
Low.
You
Yeah.
can't go
Energy.
all
Can't go
all
cold turkey.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to wean off it.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of did though.
What, you went kind of all at once or kind of weaned off?
No, kind of all at once.
Yeah,
see,
like you're gonna
yeah.
probably get headaches and feel pretty.
With-
crap.
Your
Wait,
body's
is
gonna
that
be
what's
like-
doing that?
Yeah.
What?
That's
What?
what's doing that. The headaches.
Yeah.
Be.
Okay.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting some headaches.
Yeah, you'd be feeling
Because your
pretty
body's
bad.
like all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like where's all that stuff that I used to have?
Yeah, it's like
like-
you're an addict.
The
You're a
star.
sugar
I
addict.
mean, I was basically a sugar
Yeah.
addict. Not even basically.
Like-
I was addicted to sugar.
No,
I'll say
that's an
that.
actual thing though, Al. Like
Yeah.
withdrawal, like sugar withdrawal.
Legit.
Yeah.
Same as caffeine.
Yeah, no.
True.
Like,
Yeah, true.
I was actually addicted. That's not a joke.
Mm.
It was full
See,
on.
we've
With what?
we're really getting into this, eh?
We're really good. I mean,
Like,
is
because I said to you before, I
getting
was like,
out of
it's gonna get a little bit personal, right? But
Of course,
I love that
like-
you're open about it, Al. You're just like,
Oh, of course, yeah. Hey,
this
look,
is-
this is the
Someone's gonna hear
internet,
this,
man. Everyone, like, people can know whatever the fuck they want about me. I don't care.
yeah,
Remember, someone's
Thing
gonna
is,
hear this
though,
and
once
maybe
it's
get
on there.
inspired.
yeah,
by the
exactly.
story.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, it's hard. Like it'd be like I said, I am like glad and proud that you've done that step and like recognized.
Again, thank you,
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, my
In
boy.
many ways, you are my dad, Sean. You tell me
What
to
did
go
that-
the
that
dog.
that candy
my
catch we
dad.
had in the yard before, like.
I remember when you banged my mom. That was kind of weird, but no thoughts on that. All right.
Just Sean, was it? Okay.
Just wait. What are you implying? What do you mean, just Sean? Was it?
Just Sean.
What?
Oh,
The
man.
fuck,
I thought
Zach?
Zach was your dad as well.
Oh, I was specifically talking about that you banged my mom,
I know, yeah.
and then Zach's like, just Sean.
Yeah, but I thought it was okay because Zach's also your dad.
Are you guys?
It's just
Telling
like
me
leading
you-
into a medical story.
Yeah, I'm about to break
we're on
both
a
their
long
fucking
tangent.
arms.
How he caught syphilis thing.
Damn, guys,
Fucking bone.
that's fucked up. You said my mom has syphilis. That's fucking.
I did not
Don't-
say that.
Don't lump me into that group.
Yeah, don't let me
So,
in that
yeah,
group
yeah.
either.
All right, Dad, we gotta have some words.
The last one was R, right? This
Yeah,
one's
you
R.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, true. It is R-rated. It is R-rated. We talk out. So far, we've talked about mums with syphilis and dental work. My mum
Better
does not have
mums,
syphilis, though. That's
That's good.
yeah. Just wanted to make that clear.
Is your mum going to
That's
get
good.
on and support you, Al, and listen to this podcast?
I hope not. That would be a bad time. All right. Well, anyway, Zach.
Only for this section.
Zach, well, yeah. I'm just be like, yeah, okay, mum. Skip to 20 minutes in. Zach, if you need dentistry done, I recommend you do it. ASAP.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was only because I was a student and basically living below the poverty line that I couldn't afford dentistry.
Zach, you still got your student card?
I do, because I'm still a
Oh.
student, but I'm working
Oh,
full
no,
time now.
do it while you're a student.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
concession.
like nearly free. Boy,
Would it?
you should get a Medicare card as a student.
I do have a Medicare card.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, Zach, you get
Get onto it.
massive discounts on medical.
Okay.
Legit.
honestly
with the Medicare
should.
card, recommend to do all your dentistry. It's like half price more.
Yeah.
Sick.
Go and do it because you will not regret it. Anyway, that's. I mean, we're moving on. You know, life
We're
goes
talking
on.
about dental.
Talked about
Uh,
dental.
I mean-
Who else has had some work done of some sort?
Uh,
Dave,
I had a suspicious mole cut out of my back.
did you
oh,
actually?
Sent away for skin cancer testing.
How'd it come back?
Oh, it was clear. I would have told you otherwise. Like,
I would
was like,
certainly
this is my
hope so,
reveal
yeah.
today on the podcast. Like,
by the way, got cancer, but
yeah.
Wow. What a
Um,
reveal.
that's
No,
horrible.
what was I? 16. I was like, I better get that checked because at school when they're like, hey, like this is all the symptoms and da-da-da.
Chazzy
you're-
son's fucking
This
nasty.
isn't- Yeah, that
Mm.
that zero ozone doesn't help.
Surgery.
And anyway, got it tested, but it was a local anesthetic.
Oh.
So I was lying on the
Yeah.
bed, local anesthetic.
Mm.
So I could. It was like with the dentistry out, like you could feel it, but there was no pain.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I've been there. Oh,
Is it,
Yeah.
how
And
bad
it's
is
gross.
it?
But
Yeah.
I was like lying on my back with my head at the top of the bed, obviously.
Mhm.
Like just on like a medical bed, whatever. And then next to me was the medical bedside table. I don't know what the actual word would be for it.
I mean,
And
like
it's
that's
where all
where
the
the
gear is.
yeah. And that's
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
like beaker was with the I don't know what kind of liquid it was, but
Probably
to
saline.
preserve the tissue for testing. So I was just lying down
Or
facing
formaldehyde, maybe.
yeah, facing that way, and then the doctor just right in front of me puts my cutout back
oh,
in the little jar.
oh my god.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
that's
I didn't realize. Like I was
fucked.
just like on my looking around, and it's just like there it is.
that is gross.
Jesus.
What was it like 1.5 by 1.5, and then like a centimeter deep or something like that? So it was a big chunk.
Jeez,
Actually, I had
yeah.
3 taken out. Never mind.
What? That's a jumper.
Three.
In one sitting, like this one sitting, because I've got 3 scars on my back from the
Yeah.
to do it.
Jesus Christ.
That's my local anesthetic story.
Oh my god.
I've got a local anaesthetic story.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear this one.
Had an ingrown toenail when I was younger,
Oh,
They're supposed to be bad.
and it was ingrown on both sides. So
Mm.
they injected it like basically all around my big toe, and then I was like watching them. It felt so because you can feel it, but you can't feel the pain.
yeah.
And they were like going ham at it. They were just like, like hacking at it, trying
Oh
to get
my
this bloody nail
God.
out. And they cut it down either side, right to like the base of my nail, and then weeks later, the whole toenail fell off.
It just fell off
Yeah, it fell off,
Going back.
and then a new one regrew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a lizard with a tail
Sure.
that's come off.
lizard with the toenail.
An ingrown
Wait,
toe
don't lizards
tail.
have toenails?
Toe tail?
Okay.
That's
What?
fucked up. What does it feel like having an ingrown nail? Because I've never had that.
It's just irritating, and if it grows too far into your big toe or any toe really, it just gets more painful really.
Mm.
Okay.
Because like my brother had that, but like he's with the point like if you walk too much, he'd bleed because the
Yeah,
nail was
I mean
cutting
Oh.
they
into his
can get
toe.
really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember another friend of ours, Lachlan. He had a real bad ingrown nail at one point, I believe. But that's like the closest experience I've had to having one. It's just knowing someone who's had one.
And me,
Well, I didn't know
Yeah,
until
no,
now
you-
that you'd had one.
really.
Yeah, I just said that before. I was like, "Did you have an ingrown nail?"
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
All right, that's cool. I'm just chopped liver.
Yeah.
Has anyone had chopped liver?
Say it.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
Lamb's fry.
Liver,
Yum.
liver's
I've tasted liver.
fine, yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Liver, heart.
Pate.
No.
Oh, pate's
oh,
pretty
Just
good.
just
I'm
like
good at that.
seared as well, like just seared liver. And heart.
Yep.
I've always
Delicious.
hated pate.
Yeah, it's that's enough, you know.
Right.
Have
here's-
you had good pate though?
Like chicken,
fucking
like chicken
obviously
liver
not.
or
If I thought it was bad.
chicken liver pate.
I had duck pate. That was yum.
Just
Duck.
the whole idea of pureeing a liver sounds fucked up to me.
Yeah, but it's got like garlic and all these other aromatics in there.
Yeah.
Good.
Delicious.
yeah, it's like-
buttery,
It's
buttery and garlicky.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty sure
like-
that's the 3 ingredients.
yeah, like
Butter, garlic,
Butter,
and
garlic,
liver.
and liver.
yeah.
Jesus.
savory dip, like yummy savory dip is what I'd call it.
Mm,
Yeah. Like it does have a
yeah.
texture and a kind of like a taste to it, but still.
Yeah,
With garlic
the
in
taste is the liver. It's bad.
Yeah, I know, but like,
I'm not a fan.
it's not that bad.
No, you just never turned me on that one. I'm
Like-
afraid.
What about
What
blood
about
sausage?
black pudding?
Yeah,
Never had it actually.
like it has aromatics in it.
Again,
Blood
isn't
also,
that just blood?
blood
And
and offal.
sausage.
Yeah,
It's
Very
like
little
blood
blood.
sausage. Yeah. Very little blood. What's the rest?
it's like
Zach?
congealed blood.
Like
Oh, that's better. Cool.
bread. I'm pretty sure bread's a major ingredient, like a filler.
Yeah, like a filler in there. Yeah, probably is.
Yeah, you know
I
what
don't
else
know.
is full of? Blood!
A filler.
Yeah, but like, I'm
No
sure you would have
thanks.
been eating blood before you had your dental work.
hey, you know
so-
what?
You've been
I'm
smacked
full
in
of
the mouth
blood.
before.
I don't want to eat myself, you know?
Eat yourself.
Yeah,
Could if
I'm
you
full of blood.
So the
See?
day you
I'm
say.
drawing similes. That makes
Yes.
sense. that I hate it,
Ooh.
alright?
How much of yourself do you reckon,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you're in a survival scenario, how much of yourself could you eat? Like, not in theory, like
Wait,
I'm not
like
asking
before
you
you
guys
die.
how much you do it, but like
Oh,
in
you
theory,
mean
how
like
much
what's
would you eat?
my limit? Like how far would I go?
No,
You
no,
need
no,
at
no.
least one arm, surely.
Yeah.
Well, your body is
Have you
built
stopped the bleeding?
to like it's the same reason you can't digest fingernails or hair. It's 'cause
No,
your body.
that's not true.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I mean, yeah, you can't, but hang on, I'll let you finish your sentence before I interrupt you. Go
The
on.
body's not meant to eat itself.
Yeah, but no, you just can't digest keratin. That's why you can't digest fingernails and hair.
Yeah, but it's also like your own flesh and stuff is supposed to be revolting to you. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
doesn't mean
'cause
you
I've
can't
never
digest
eaten
it.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
but like,
say you
would it
couldn't
sustain?
digest
How long
it.
would it sustain you before you died, sort of thing?
Probably
Would
not
you-
long, I'd say.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd say a long time.
Really?
Big calories in
Thigh
there,
is
yeah.
pretty freaking chunky.
There
Like,
is some
All right,
calories
let's
in
not
there,
bring
yeah.
the size of my thighs into this, Zach. That's
Do
not
you
the
reckon
question.
anyone has done that? Because I haven't.
But eating
I'm not saying
themselves.
your thigh, just thighs in general.
What about if we're talking about thick thighs? This is not going to be an eating video we're talking about. Anyway, that's not where this was headed. What about that guy from was it 52 Hours?
He didn't eat himself though. He
Yeah,
cut
he
his
was
arm
trapped
off.
under a rock.
If
Yeah,
I
but
was trapped
cut his
under a
arm
rock,
off,
I'd
didn't
get
he?
pretty hungry, and the arm was off.
Yep, just saw his arm
No.
off with
I'm
a
just saying.
like the saw thing on like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
He
a.
had to, didn't he have to? He had to break
He
his
kept
bone or
passing
cut
out,
through the
didn't he?
tendon. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
he kept
god!
passing out or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Wake
Yeah.
up, had to keep cutting a bit more.
Oh.
I mean, I would pass out if I had to hack my own arm off.
I know,
That's
but like
horrible.
you'd imagine, like if it's been crushed under a rock, it's probably you probably can't feel it
Still
anymore
A bit
anyway.
mushy anyway.
But
yeah.
it would be very painful, obviously cutting in.
You're just going at it like I can't feel a
Yeah.
thing. This is great. Or would it
you're
be like
already in
dentist
so
work
much
where
pain.
you can just feel it all scraping and cracking and
Yeah.
Ugh.
this is perfect for a podcast for people just listening to on like having a calm, relaxing day,
Right, but-
listening
I
to
know,
our
right, just
gross medical
disclaimer:
stories.
don't eat anything while listening to this podcast,
Or if you're going to, make sure it's not black pudding or pate.
or don't drink red wine.
You're gross.
I want to go back to that though, because
What,
did anyone else have like a grandparent or something that used to make like ridiculous fucking leftovers? Like my great grandmother apparently used to make something called sheep's head soup.
Was it actually though?
Yes, it was
Really?
like the head of the sheep, nothing wasted.
Or was it like
soup.
little rabbits?
Well, I remember
Yeah.
my brother was telling me a story once of him having to eat it, and he was like
Mm.
poking through the soup, and an eyeball surfaced.
That would be confronting.
Delicious.
Can you imagine though, poking through your fucking food, and an eyeball
eyeball.
just floats to the surface? Oh my god, that's fucked up.
I mean, delicious.
See, whenever I think of like pate and stuff, my mind just goes to that.
The eyeball.
Because it's like the unused parts of meat, you know,
Yeah.
which is pretty gross.
It's not
Like
gross
it.
though. Some of them are really good.
I mean, see, I will say though, it's the same as when people tell me about like what chicken nuggets are made of and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
Chicken.
people
That's
go
what
like-
chicken nuggets are made of.
Well, that's what I say, but people are like, yeah, it's made of like the fucking the talons of chickens and their knees and shit, you know. And they like tell you stories about Macca's like putting it all in a blender and they make it into nuggets. That's how they
I
made.
mean-
And I like
Far
I will
away.
sit there and listen to that story while I down a 24 pack of nuggets
Oh shit, yeah.
with dipping
Well,
sauce.
Jamie Oliver did that. He had the school program show where like he was trying to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
school programs healthy, and he made chicken nuggets in front of the kids. So he got all these gross bits of chicken, blended it in front of them, and they're like, "Ugh, this is gross."
Yeah.
And then they got to the frying part, and he cooked it, and they're like, "Gimme, gimme, gimme."
So I saw it all happen, and they were still just like, "Well, fuck yeah, put that in me."
Dog bursting through the door like, "Where's the pizza?"
Oh my god, crazy kids, right?
Yeah.
So was it like a primary school?
Yeah, I think I've
Kids'
seen it
attention
before.
spans,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
They'd see
Yeah,
it being
it
cooked
was
and be like,
It's-
"Ah,
It's so
gross."
sad because he's poor Jamie Oliver's little face is just like, oh.
Well, I tried.
Yeah. He's like, "They're gonna hate this. They'll never eat chicken nuggets again," because he's
I'm
British.
going to make an impactful change to their lives. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Love
Give me those nuggets. Fucking crazy kids. Oh, well, anyway, let's get back to the topic because,
Yes,
as we predicted, we've
Cool.
strayed ever so far.
tangent.
Dave, have you had any medical work done? What's happened to you?
Like it wasn't like on purpose medical work. Like I didn't just go into the
What?
doctors and go, I need this bone, broken so I can get it fixed.
Wait, what?
Uh,
Where are you going with this?
like this is like I had a little accident when I was I think I was like 10.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you guys probably know I was into sport as a kid.
Sure,
Playing
sure.
like
Sport
golf,
is
cricket,
good.
footy,
I like sport.
whatever I could play.
Mhm.
Anyway, I was actually practicing some tennis up against the house,
Nice.
and so my dad we were renovating the house, and I don't know if you know what cement sheet looks like. Like they're like almost like looks like plaster, like sheets of plaster, and they're pretty heavy, like each sheet, and there's probably
Sure.
like 10 of them laying up against the house.
I see what
And
this is doing.
yeah, I was just hitting the tennis ball, and the tennis ball decides to just fall underneath, like just where I could probably reach it, but just too far. So I decided, I'll just like lay all the sheets down. But I was going to do it one by one. I was like, oh, this isn't that heavy.
Sure.
Like one sheet, that's not heavy.
Yeah, of course, no.
And I ended up like standing the entire stack up, like on their side, and then I just remember it all of a sudden started to tip towards me,
Yeah.
and there was probably like 10 sheets of cement sheet,
Oh my god.
and it just come crushing down on me.
Dude, how much did you break though?
No, I ended up, so if you can imagine like extending your foot straight out, but instead of it,
Sure.
it kind of like popped and cracked on a 45-degree angle that way.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
Oh.
but my other leg, I ended up not breaking both legs. Luckily, my other leg
Jesus.
ended up just getting squished basically, but there was no broken bones there. but I ended
That's
up,
actually
like,
incredible.
shattering my ankle, my left ankle. I
Dang.
didn't need like any like intensive surgery to like fish bones out or anything like that. Luckily, like the doctor literally
That's
just
pretty
come
crazy.
in and cracked it all back into place. But I
Oh my God.
spent they like obviously was screaming my head off when
Oh, wait, you did it without pain meds? Or like when you went in?
no, I was under, like they gassed me.
Oh, so just when you went in.
in
you
a
were
good way.
screaming 'cause it was
Yeah,
so-
and
yeah, okay.
but like I spent the night on the couch and I'd taken just Panadol for it after it happened.
Just Panadol.
Yeah, with
That's
a
not
like
enough.
shattered leg, and because Dad's like, oh, it's fine. Nothing's wrong with him.
Yeah, you'll be right.
hard enough.
Yeah.
having
Walking
a-
off
In
sport.
like full on pain. Like
Oh my
10,
god.
like, on the like the Richter scale of pain, because that's how you measure
Avalanche of
pain,
pain.
obviously.
Of course.
On how much it creates an earthquake.
Yeah,
but-
that's how they measure it.
Yeah, like I remember, and they put me in a massive, like, heavy cast because they stereotype kids as people that want to just run around with a broken ankle. So
What, you didn't
I
want to
asked-
just run on your broken shattered
no, well, they
ankle?
didn't want me getting out of bed. They wanted me to like pee in one of those pans, the bed pans.
Oh, they're the best.
and
I've
I'm
got
like
one in my
every.
house.
Well, the funny thing is, every time I just get up out of the bed and just stare down the nurses like, yeah, I'm going to the toilet. I'm not going to this bedpan.
I thought you meant like you started using the bedpan and you just
No.
stared at
Stare
him
them
like, this is my house. I'll pee
No.
where I want. My
But-
God.
Yeah, like so it wasn't like intentional surgery. Like I just didn't want to
No,
go.
well,
Yeah, I
I
wanna
mean,
break my
I
ankle
don't
and-
think any surgery is really intentional, unless you're talking
but it
about like
wasn't
plastic
really-
surgery.
It wasn't kind of really surgery though. They just literally cracked it like back into place.
That's
then they just
surprising,
X-rayed it.
actually. If it was
So they X-rayed
shattered,
it.
like,
Yeah, well they X-rayed it straight up, obviously.
yeah, of
The
course.
broken, and the doctor was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can just like crack it all back into place. Should be fine. So I was
Damn,
like,
ambitious
"Alright,
dog. He's like, here, bite
Um,
this piece of wood. And
but they
just
have to
starts
obviously-
twisting things.
But they had to obviously like X-ray me again to make sure everything's back in place.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't have to have any screws or anything like that. So I think it was kind of partially like a dislocation or something like that. Like, but I didn't have any like muscle or tendon issues. So,
That's actually really good.
but now like that ankle has like a special ability where I can like roll my ankle like flat to the floor and it doesn't roll at all. Like-
Special ability, you called it.
Like its special ability is like now it can just it's unrollable now.
So what I'm hearing is
To a
you've
point.
tapped into what humans are capable of
Yeah, basically.
through damage. Oh, we may have
Through timing.
one of our next guests coming here.
Motherfuckers.
We definitely
Every
do.
time you miss my story. Yes.
Welcome everyone. This is
Sorry.
Damo. Damo, introduce yourself. Say hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I might have to turn you down slightly.
Yes,
in the
you're
Discord.
so loud.
Just can you give me a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
It's all his
1,
dad's
2, 3,
strength.
4, 5.
Hang on. Try again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That should be perfect. All right, we just got Damo's levels good, everyone. So Damo, to fill you in, we've decided to go on the topic of medical history and medical events.
Medical history. What, like
Yeah.
our own?
Yeah, we're just going into things. How about you tell the podcast what your latest medical miracle was?
What,
Yeah.
that I had a baby?
I mean,
had a
I mean,
baby?
I
you
wouldn't say
didn't
that was
have the
my
baby.
medical-
First male in history.
It counts as your medical event because you know it's a shared
Counts,
thing.
it counts, it
I mean,
counts.
have you, Damo? I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you calibrated your dad strength yet?
I don't have any New Balance shoes yet, so no.
Ah, yeah, that definitely does power you up.
I'm
The,
so
The
confused.
white ones. The white
Yep.
runners. Yes.
The
no, I
one,
don't have
yes,
any.
yes.
What? I don't get it. What?
You have to watch out for Damo. His dad's strength now.
Oh, are you gonna start wearing suspenders? Pull your shorts up way higher than they should be.
I have suspenders and I have shorts that will fit them, so yes. I
Fuck,
will
You're
be.
gonna start towing a trailer for no reason.
Hell yeah. I do that already.
Everything you ever
Yeah,
work on, you
prices.
have to pat when you're finished and say like
Yeah.
something along the lines of "that ain't going nowhere" or something. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's you always got to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Always.
that's
Otherwise, it'll go somewhere.
But I think the best
Yeah.
one is when you hunt around for petrol prices,
true. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Or you-
that's
or
just
you
smart.
or you just wait. Like you're like, nah, I'm just
No,
not
no,
going
no.
to fuel today.
Don't air
Like I
tank.
think that, nah, I'll be alright. I'll be alright.
You just wait it out.
Not to go anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you found your pun database has increased since having a child?
Oh,
Oh, yes, I think it has.
It has.
Some people have noticed in my Snapchats,
Oh yeah.
but I'm not
Very
sure
nice.
whether they just think that it has because it's a dad thing.
I
But,
would go with
I
that.
think it has. Yeah, I think it has.
I think that's just a rite of passage, isn't it? When you have a kid.
Yes. Yes.
For some- it doesn't
once
exist in
you
women,
have
though.
a child, it just happens.
Yeah.
No, they're too busy.
yeah.
Yes. Lonnie could not say a pun ever. It's just not.
No,
It's not in the mum description. You know.
no. That
They've
doesn't
got-
come
they've-
as one of
they've
the
got-
abilities.
Other things like shaking their head whenever the dad does make one of these puns.
And the eye roll and the deep
Oh.
breath in.
Am I a dad? I feel like I get that a lot.
Shit.
Just get a legitimate child somewhere, Al, you don't know
Right
about.
there.
But you've gained dad powers from it.
Did you say a legitimate child or
Illegitimate.
an
Illegitimate.
illegitimate child? Yeah, that's what I thought. Probably.
Wait.
I don't know.
Do you call non-illegitimate children legitimate children?
Wait,
Just
Just to show,
non-illegitimate.
just to cast that shadow of doubt that you actually have
Non-legitimate.
some other ones you don't know about.
I don't have any kids, so I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
We can't.
I certainly hope not. If anyone, let's not pull that thread. Actually, next story. I actually have a bone breaking story as well, along the lines of Dave's one that Damo just missed, unfortunately. But you'll be able to watch it back. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, when I was but a young lad, a teen man,
We owl.
teenager, little wee owl, I loved skateboarding. Yeah, it was so
Yes,
much
you
fun.
did.
Yes, I
Same.
really did. And one day for, I think it was my birthday, my nana got me a skateboard because she knew I loved skateboarding so much. And she, being the lovely, lovely person she is, she got me a skateboard. So I immediately went out and tested the skateboard. Now, just out the back of my grandparents' place, because they live in Essendon in Melbourne, and they have they live on the top of a hill overlooking the city. It is pristine. And right out the back of that hill is a walk track that zigzags down the hill. So I decided, yeah, okay, I'm going to go down that on my skateboard. So I went down and I was zigzagging, like stopping at every turn, turning around, going down again. And I was picking up a bit of speed. It was fine. I was scared, but it was fine. Then I got to the bottom and there was a little bridge that kind of came up on like a 20-degree angle from the ground in like an archway. And I was about to get to it. And Nana, by the way, was freaking out the whole way down this hill.
Of course.
She was losing her mind. She's like, slow down, Nana, you're going too fast. Or something like that. And I got to the bottom. I was totally fine. I made it through all the hill section and totally fine. Got to the bridge and attempted to get off of my skateboard. And it slipped out from underneath my feet. Just trying to get off the thing. And my arm... So picture lying on the ground, flat on your back, with your elbows touching the ground and your arms pointed upwards. My left arm pivoted towards the ground behind my head and fractured a little bone in my elbow somewhere. And I had a similar experience to Dave where everyone was like, you're right, just walk it off. And I was like, it really hurts. And I was nursing my arm the whole way up and I was crying. I couldn't eat anything. And they're like, maybe we should go to the hospital. And it was broken. I went to the hospital and it was broken. And along those lines, another part of this story that's not really related, but it's just an interesting thing that happened. My arm was in a cast after that, and I was at my grandparents' house again, and Nana was like, eat all your dinner, Al, and I couldn't eat the carrots. And she's like, eat your carrots. I said, I can't, I'm going to be sick. And she's like, no, you just don't want to eat them. Eat your carrots. And I threw up everywhere.
I thought you were going to say she just broke your arm again.
But I think it was to do with the broken arm. I don't know. I was fresh out of the hospital. And yeah.
Were you on medication or something? Was it?
I can't remember actually. But there was a lot of vomit.
Sure.
It was all over the table, on the way to the bathroom.
I feel
And
like
I
that
didn't
could've
want to
been
say,
vomit,
I told you
yeah.
so to her.
I think you did, though.
I might have.
But you
I
gave her
might
that look.
have. She knew. I think she just knew.
Bitch. Now you can clean it up.
Oh my god. Yeah, she did clean it up actually. But that's only because I was violently ill and had a broken arm. Otherwise, I would have done it. Do you guys want to hear another great vomit story?
Always.
I think, Damo, you actually know this one.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I was living
Well,
with two or three. Yeah, I was living with 2 or 3 people, and we had a crazy night of drinking, a crazy party. There were lots of people there, and I just drank beyond too much. And I'd also eaten Chinese food for dinner. Anyway, one of my housemates was in the toilet, and I came bolting down the hallway and slammed my hand onto the door. It was a sliding door. I was trying to rip it open while he was in there. He's like, I'm in here. And then I just violently spewed all over the door in front of me. He told me the experience was, from his perspective, he was in there, heard a heap of crashing and banging and someone trying to rip the door, and then vomit started oozing under the door. And
That's nasty.
I was still screaming and trying to like get my way in there. And then I vomited all over the floor of the bathroom. And then I went to the bathroom and like to the toilet, and
Wow.
See,
I can't remember
again-
anything after that.
That circumstance again could have been avoided had he just let you do your thing.
I know, right?
No,
He could have just
didn't
got
let
up.
it happen.
Just got up, moved aside. Give me a
You
little
can
bit of
clean
room.
that. Fuck
Give me a
you.
little bit of room.
You wouldn't remember it.
There's
so-
there's a part 2 to that story though. So that same roommate had a morning shift the next day at 6 a.m. They had to be up at like 5 a.m. No one had cleaned it up, myself included, because I was passed out. And
Because
he
it
had to
wasn't your fault.
shower in that room.
Oh
And
no.
the steam like released the smell of the Chinese food, and he almost vomited while showering.
Release the Chinese.
It released the Chinese food.
Released it.
It was the grossest thing I've ever done, I think.
Yeah. Jesus.
But
Yeah, I
Damn.
mean, having lived with you for years, yes, I would think that was probably one of the grossest things you've done.
yeah, you weren't living with us at the time.
No, I wasn't there
No,
yet.
thankfully.
Yes,
Oh boy.
thank God. I did hear a lot about that story though.
Oh yeah, I bet he didn't like that.
No, didn't like that one.
This is a kind of like an ex-friend though, so I don't give a fuck, you know.
Yeah,
It's okay now.
It is kind of okay
that's fine.
now. But anyway, to deviate back to
Hmm.
the main course. Sorry to say main course after.
God, no, I'm not
speaking
very
about
hungry.
vomit.
Yeah.
Damo, do you have any sort of medical stories or medical history you want to go into, or you're comfortable going into? You don't
Well,
have
I mean,
to.
I think you all know. Most people that know me know the main one. The
I
the
think I know
old-
the one you're talking about, and you don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
Oh, the old one ball story.
The old one. All right, obviously you don't care. Let's go.
Like I said, most people that know me know the one ball story.
That is true.
It was so I was at home and it was morning and I woke up and it was like I don't know like 7 o'clock and I had this immense pain in my testicles and I was like, oh, I feel like
I
I've
hate
been
that.
kicked. Like it honestly felt like I was kicked in the nuts.
We all know the feeling.
So, me being the smart cookie I am, decided to, get the sore one and shake it, thinking, thinking that maybe it's just twisted a bit.
Just hooked on something.
Oh.
So I shook it a little bit, and so it turns out it was actually twisted a bit. Untwisted it a bit, went to sleep. Woke up maybe 4 hours later and was like, "Oh, nah, that's no good.
Proper.
No good.
That's
It's
proper
getting
fucked.
worse and worse." So I went to the hospital and they wheeled me in, got me on a wheelchair, and they were like, "Oh, yep, you're going straight into surgery." I was in the hospital for about 15 minutes before they knocked me out, and
Damn.
yes. So then I woke up and they were like, "Yeah, it was your testicle was blue. It was like bright
Definition of blue balls.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad.
And they were like, "Well, it's saved. It looks like I don't know. Did you untwist it or something? Because it still had blood flow, which is very uncommon." And I was, yes, I untwisted it a little bit, and, that it's twisted. And yeah, so as of now, I still have a big scar from the top down to the bottom of my sack. And they have earned the name James and the Giant Peach.
I would ask
So
which is James
What
and
a
which is the giant peach, but I think that's
Well,
pretty clean. cut.
Well, it's quite the opposite actually, because I named them when I was going into the hospital. Because
Oh, okay.
what else are you going to be doing?
Yeah, name
So
and
the
balls, why
giant peach was at least double the size of my other bowl,
not? Oh,
and now it's at least half.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes, so that's my fun medical story.
Hey, but you know what? Damo, a man with half the balls of all of us, produced a
Mhm.
baby that's twice as good as any of us could.
Absolutely. So at least I know that it works. I was
That's right.
scared, I was honestly
Or
scared
at least
for
one of them
years.
does.
Well, exactly.
Oh, it works.
I was scared for years to go and get them tested to see if it works.
That's fair.
And it was
actually,
only about a year ago that I decided I should, and I did an ultrasound, and that was very awkward. They put
Yeah.
that goo, and
Oh
they
my
rubbed,
God.
they rubbed, yeah, it was weird.
Hmm.
But,
Gooey balls.
Yes. So that's it. And then they said, yeah, it's working fine, and now I have a baby.
So, long story short, now I've got a baby.
Yep, that's exactly right.
That is actually crazy. That's
Yeah.
that's probably the craziest story we've heard so far.
Oh,
It was
well,
great.
I'm glad I can be here for that.
Then, yep, I am glad you can be here for that. Keeping this
Yeah.
podcast alive, brother.
Nice.
But yeah, I
Um,
think.
can
Yeah, go on.
I don't think I have many other medical stories besides, injuries, basketball, my current injury, that sort of stuff. Not
Yeah,
really
true.
entertaining.
Not huge stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. Have you ever had any dental work done?
I've had like 8 teeth pulled out in my entire life.
Oh wait,
Right.
you'd be talking about like baby teeth as well, though.
Oh, it's like I had as a youngin, I had 4 teeth pulled out. Like they knocked me out. They pulled the 4 far back teeth out.
Oh, the
Yeah.
wisdom teeth.
No, they weren't my wisdom teeth because my wisdom
Oh.
teeth were coming through, and there were other teeth in the way. So they had to get rid of those ones
Oh.
to then let the wisdom teeth come through. Then I've had one grow on the roof of my mouth. Then they had to get rid of that.
Excuse me.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was weird.
Yeah.
So that was weird. So I had one growing sideways from like your normal teeth lining.
Yeah.
Instead of going into the normal teeth lining, there was no room, so it grew facing backwards,
Oh my
like
god.
Wow.
into my mouth. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
had to get that removed.
Holy crap.
And then I had another one at some point when I was young, and it was literally growing like on an angle, hitting another tooth. So I had to get that pulled out.
Mm.
Oh wow. So these are all like directional problems and teeth growing the wrong way and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Interesting.
absolutely. They just seem to just not want to go straight. Apparently, that's just how my body works.
I feel like it's more common than people think too.
It might be.
Like teeth doing
Yeah.
that. 'Cause
There'd be
I've
a lot of
seen, yeah,
people
I've had a
like
couple friends
myself.
like that.
Be a lot of people like myself who just don't go to the dentist or just
Hmm.
doctors in general.
Yeah.
True.
Oh,
Until
people
something's
fear
wrong,
dentists.
really.
Well, yeah, dentists have a bad rap.
Yep.
We'll say that.
They're also very
They just
expensive.
can't rap.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that plays into it a lot. Is the financial.
Oh, did I even
Status.
touch on how much money I dropped on these dentist
Yeah, you did.
visits? I did.
You mentioned
Yeah.
it's like it's a lot,
Yeah.
a lot all at once,
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I did.
and that's why we're telling Zach to go with his
Oh yeah, with his student card or whatever.
card.
Oh yeah.
Medicare card.
What's it? Yeah, get in there, get in on it.
Very true. Very true.
Or if you have extras cover, like that's a good time to do your dental. Make sure you've got dental on your extras cover if you've got it, or if you're getting it.
Do they have extras in the doctor world? Surely.
I would think so.
I think you get specialist ones.
Yeah, there's like specialist stuff.
Yeah. I don't
Doctors-
covers like the general.
They get perks, man.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
In the
Yes.
biz.
Delicious.
Perkalicious. Reminds me of a game for some reason. Probably zombies. The perks in zombies. Something to do with that. I don't know. But anyway, I think that might be a good point to wrap it up there, guys. We're about 5
Cool.
minutes off the
Sounds-
hour mark.
yeah.
I think we're
You,
pretty much filled our quota. We've all talked about our
Feel
medical
the quota.
weird shit that's happened to us, and vomit stories got involved somehow. As
Thanks for
usual,
letting me join it.
If you're still watching, jeez.
and of course, Damo. It would have been cool if you were here from the start, but obviously you
I
have
mean,
fatherly duties.
I mean, I would have been, but my baby wouldn't settle, and then it just took the biggest shit.
Jesus.
And
All right.
it's done.
That's definitely a good spot to end the podcast. So listen, guys, if you enjoyed this, we're working on getting this on Spotify. I've just got to set it up. Shouldn't be too bad. Within the next couple of podcasts, it'll be available on Spotify as well. Remember to drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. If you want to try and decide what the next topic for next week is going to be, chuck it in the comments.
Yeah,
We'll look at them.
great idea.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
question:
take
Did you
some
find out
selections.
what the equivalent of comments and stuff is for?
Not yet, because I still haven't got that set up.
I'm pretty
But,
sure you
uh,
can't comment on Spotify.
Probably not, no. But people would be able to like it, I think. I think that's like an option.
They can just go to your Facebook page and make some comments.
That's true. Check out all my socials as well, guys. They're all Extreme Gaffer on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same. Not only do we do these podcast videos, but there's also gaming videos. So if you want to go check those out, give them a like. All right, guys. That's going to be it from us. Make sure you tune in next Friday. We're going to have a new podcast for you. And if you like this, chuck in the comments what you want a topic to be. We'll go through them. If there's no comments, which is quite likely, we'll just pick something again.
Nice.
All right. See you later, everyone.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.